This is Unit 10, Organic Chemistry, Lesson 3, Branched Hydrocarbons. How are branched hydrocarbons named? The objectives of this lesson, I can determine the name of branched hydrocarbons. Do now. Branched hydrocarbons are hydrocarbons that have additional side chains. So in these two examples, this is your long chain of carbons right here, and then here we have a side branch, one little thing, methane coming off. Here is another long chain of carbons, and then here we've got a little branch. So today we'll learn how to name these. When naming branched alkanes, you name the longest chain of carbons first and use that as the last name or the parent chain. Then name the shorter chains, which we call alkyl groups, specifying the position of each branch. Also, make sure that your branches are numbered as low as possible. So locating the parent chain, if you look at these setups of carbon, they're all just 4 carbons in a row, every single one. Even though I drew them sideways and crooked and bent, because they're all in one continuous chain, they're all butane. So to name the alkyl groups, the branches, you count the number of carbons in the alkyl group or the branch, and you're going to use table P to get the prefix. Then I'll add the suffix YL to the prefix. So for example, one carbon will start with meth, which is one carbon, and then end in YL for methyl. This is a methyl group if it's a branch. So here's an example. I'll walk you through the steps to name a branched alkane. Step 1 is find the longest continuous chain of carbons. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the longest continuous chain because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is shorter. So the longest continuous chain, table P, you'll see 7 carbons is hep. And because it's all saturated, there are no double or triple bonds. It's an alkane, so it's heptane. That is the parent chain. Next, we'll number the carbons in the parent chain starting with the end that will give the attached groups the smallest number. So if we see there are 2 attached groups here, if I number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that would be on branch 4 and 6, which is greater than if I numbered it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is 2 and 4. So I'm going to number it starting on the right. So this chain is numbered from right to left, giving the attached groups the lowest number and our heptane. Step 3, add the numbers to the names of the groups to identify their positions on the chain. So here on carbon number 2, there's a 1 carbon group, so this is a methyl. On the 4 carbon group, there are 2 carbons, so this is an ethyl. So 2 methyls on the 2nd carbon, 4 ethyl is on the 4th carbon, and our parent chain is heptane. Step 4 lists the alkyl groups in alphabetical order. So E comes before M, so I'm going to put the ethyl group in front of the methyl, so the full name will then be separated, step 5, by commas for the numbers and hyphens separate the numbers in words. So 4-ethyl-2-methyl heptane. So use prefixes if the same group appears more than once in the structure. So di would be 2 times. So here I've got 2 methyl groups, therefore it would be a dimethyl. If I've got 3 of the same group, it's tri, 4 of the same group, it's tetra, and 5 of the same group, it's penta. So for example, I would name my carbon, I would find the longest carbon chain. There are 6 carbons, so it's a hexane. Number from right to left, so I'll get my 2 groups to the lowest numbers, 2 and 4 instead of 3 and 5. Then each group is a methyl, so instead of saying 2-methyl-4-methyl, I'll label them dimethyl because they're both methyls, and then I would write the numbers separated by commas of each one. So 2, 4 dimethyl hexane. So for an example, the longest chain in here is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 2 methyl groups off to the side of carbon number 2. So the parent chain is butane. 2 methyls make a dimethyl, and both of them are on carbon 2, so it's 2,2-dimethyl butane. So try naming these, and I'll go over them in class. And now check your understanding. And now I can determine the name of branched hydrocarbons.